Welcome to the Surge 2. Set in the ruins of a futuristic city, you must escape a merciless world filled with mysterious military forces, a rampaging cult, and nanomachine monstrosities. You are the survivor of Flight 221, with no choice but to find a way past Jericho City's war-torn walls. Explore the city's intricate and desolate pathways to discover hidden paths and shortcuts. Create your character and survive thanks to your Exo-Rig, a powerful mobile machine that gives you increased strength, speed, and endurance. To get new gear, you will need to take them from your foes. Using the limb targeting system, you can aim for specific body parts. Target a weapon or piece you're interested in, damage it, and then use a brutal execution to slice it off. Like every machine, the exosuit can be tuned, adjusted, and upgraded to your liking. Opt for speed and agility, or focus on taking powerful blows to convert them into energy. Your Exo-Rig is centered around your core power, which dictates how much gear you can attach to your suit. Each piece of armor and every implant comes at a cost, so choose wisely. Most pieces of armor you find have both partial and full set bonuses, allowing you to either specialize or hybridize the way you want to fight. To further customize your exosuit, you also have access to implants and injectables. These provide passive and active bonuses to your character, ranging from effects like predicting parry direction to slowing down time. The Surge 2 features 80 weapons across 9 types, such as the dual-bladed twin rig and the brand new transforming double duty. These weapons range from military security batons to jury-rigged homemade spears. Each weapon has unique attack speeds, ranges, and damage types. No warrior can get by with attacks alone. You have a variety of defensive tools at your disposal, each with their own advantages and uses. Dodging is for those who believe prevention is better than cure, and for those who enjoy a more aggressive defense. For more advanced players, you can use either the duck or the short hop to evade high or low attacks. These are followed up by a counterattack, which staggers enemies and opens them up to a powerful punishing blow. Blocking can be used to gain energy, which is the resource used for injectables and finishing moves. A block can be defended if you have enough stamina to withstand the attack. You can take this even further by using the directional parry, which rewards a lot more energy and leaves even the tallest enemies out of balance. Dodging, blocking, and parrying can be used to cancel animations and to extend combos, granting you a wealth of attack possibilities that are up to you to discover. Following you is your faithful combat drone, which can be fitted with several different modules, including EMP grenades, Gatling cannons, powerful charged lasers, industrial magnets, and sniper rifles. These can be used between your attacks for devastating combos, as well as openers and finishers to your fights. The drones can also be used to interact with other players in asynchronous multiplayer by tagging areas with graffiti or placing a special banner in the world that rewards you if few players find it. Revenge enemies also appear, powerful foes who have been upgraded by slaying another player. As you get further into the Surge 2, you will discover new implants, new upgrades, new weapons, and new ways to explore, and each of them will be needed to rise above the ruins of Jericho City. The enemies you face will be both man and machine, each bringing a new and deadly challenge. These are the tools at your disposal and will be the means for you to overcome every threat. Survive the Surge 2 on September 24 on Xbox One.
It's been a while since we've had Bungie on the Xbox stage, so I am pleased as punch to be joined today by Game Director Ben Womack and Community Manager Deej. Let's welcome them to the stage! Wow. So very excited that you're here
I'm excited
with
too.
us. And I believe today you're going to be talking a little bit about kind of the finisher moves and how these takedowns are going to be affecting the combat of the game, because it looks very exciting.
Oh, I'm the most excited about.
I don't know. Have you met Leah?
I'm almost vibrating with excitement.
I don't know. You've got some competition there.
Please tell us absolutely everything in excruciating detail. I don't think anyone will mind.
All right, everyone sit down. We're going to half an hour. No. We'll start with finishers are very simply another element of the combat, another tool that you'll be able to take into Destiny combat that lets you finish off an enemy with a flourish when they're at low health. So you're going to see them get this kind of glow and a dot appear over their head, and you're going to rush in by hitting the finisher button, and you're just going to eliminate them right away.
Look at the style.
It's awesome.
That
It feels
is
super
amazing.
great, very satisfying.
Yeah, and so I see there's one for, there's one for a hunter, one for a warlock, one for a titan. Is there one for every subclass as well within that?
There's different class-oriented finishers, and everyone, when Destiny 2 Shadowkeep launches, will get all 3 of those finishers.
Ooh, very exciting. And what I'm noticing here is while we're playing, obviously we're cutting through a lot of footage here, but it doesn't seem like there's any cooldown between finishers either. You can kind of just, can you rampage through and just finish?
Oh yeah, you can rampage.
Okay.
However, there are more things you can do with finishers aside from just eliminating the enemy.
Yes.
With Armor 2.0, we're taking a lot of customization and RPG elements and inserting them into the action game.
Okay.
So once you start digging that system, more things become possible with finishers. All of a sudden, you can say, hey, I'm going to take my artifact, I'm going to earn one of these mods at the end.
Yeah.
It's a collectible now, it's not a consumable. And that one right there, probably my favorite one, if you finish an enemy with that mod equipped, you will spawn a heavy ammo brick for your entire fire team.
Wow, that's incredible.
But it will cost half of your super.
Oh, okay, that's a heavy cost as well.
Don't get everything for free in life. There's
I
always
know.
a catch.
And imagine doing that in the
Unfortunately
raid, though, and you're like, oh, yeah.
Well, see, this is
Right?
the thing. Now we don't have heavy ammo since we've, we're creeping back in. I'm a big fan of that. Thank you. And yeah, combat mods that sounds like a really good way to, if you want to spice up your gameplay a little bit, you can add a combat mod in instead. Maybe sacrifice a bit more utility. Maybe be less selfish is what I'm thinking.
Well, there's totally selfish ones, too.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
go
yeah.
on, go
No,
on.
There's ones that will recharge your health. There's the exotic, the Assassin's Cowl that'll make you go invisible. So a lot of play styles open up when you start looking at the finisher mods and putting them around.
Wow, and it just seems like the whole system is really just gearing towards personalization of your character, which is...
we're opening up a whole new world of options that let you build the perfect monster killing machine, as we've been saying in the studio.
Delicious.
So if you have a Guardian, or if you have yet to create a Guardian, you can create a hero for this game that is really a reflection of who you are. It fights the way you want to fight. It looks the way you want to look. We even just took a look at some of the different options that we have in the game for selecting your difficulty, so that you can go in and you can play Destiny exactly the way you want to play it. You can earn extra rewards for taking bigger risk. If you stand toe-to-toe with your enemies and you use a finishing move, you can, what were some of the things we were talking about before? You can
charge your health, you can go invisible, you can spawn ammunition for you and your team,
Yeah.
more beyond that.
And that doesn't come without risk, does it? Are you invulnerable when you do these
You
finishing
are
moves?
not.
You
Oh.
are not invulnerable. So when you've got
watched
that one guy on your fire team who just can't help himself and has to do a finishing move, and then he dies, and you're just, thanks for ruining my flawless run.
Well, it's exciting. You see that glow across
Exciting.
the battlefield, and like, if I get that guy, I can get that rocket, I need it. And so you rush across,
Can
it's
you
a
do it
risk
on
reward.
the really big bosses?
You can't do it on the really big bosses.
Okay.
Oh.
I'll accept
You can do it on everything below.
But speaking of personalization, you're also here to talk about what players can do to turn that personal challenge up to 11. Deej, can you tell us the secret to creating the elitist of elite guardians?
I think it's really about making sure that it fits the way you like to fight.
Yeah.
So if you're the type of player that likes to get up close and personal with the punching, if you got that Titan sensibility about yourself, there you go, exactly. Finishing moves are going to be exactly the thing that you're going to want to do. If you like to hang back, if you're the sniper, if you're not really into the risk-reward thing, the nice thing is that some of these benefits are shareable across the team. So somebody who rushes in and does a finishing move could drop heavy ammo on the floor to share with their friends. So that Destiny's all about teamwork. It's all about playing with the other people that are on your fire team, getting to know your friends and the way they play. The way you play really complements the way they play. That's the ultimate team right there.
I feel like Leah seems to be really judgmental. I don't think I'm quite up to the challenge. But what do you guys think? Does that sound pretty ace? You big Destiny fans? Right, that's what we want to hear. So I suppose most importantly, we need to find out when can they get their hands on Shadowkeep? Well, I keep forgetting you're so loud. Every time I ask that question, no one hears me.
It's not
I'm
a
like,
yes.
when can we play the game?
Play the game on October 1st.
Okay, so that's not so long. That's not so long.
It's
So
so
far.
Well, it's really long for Leah, not so far for everyone
Counting
else.
every minute. Guys, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for being here. Now, thank you. Now over to Benny with the latest from Metro Exodus.
All I'm going to say is I cannot wait for Leah to carry me through a raid. It's going to be really appreciated. But Metro Exodus fans, listen up, because this next announcement is lit. The newest expansion is nearly here, and it brings with it a new story, classic Metro gameplay, and a weapon that is literally fire. In the Two Colonels expansion, we follow Colonel Klebnikov during the last days of life in Novosibirsk. Novosibirsk. I've been trying to say that all day. Right, and everyone is now laughing at me. I got the first one. All right, but a story that helps guide Colonel Miller's mission to discover the reason for the extinction a year later. And the weapon of choice, well, a flamethrower, of course. If you're new to the franchise or want to relive the Metro saga, including Metro 2033, Metro Last Night, and Metro Exodus, they're all available right now on Xbox Game Pass. Now, let's see that flamethrower in action. It's time for another world premiere. Roll it.
There were quite a few survivors here, until they killed each other off. Looks like that lie in Moscow did work after all. So your father's on a mission? When is he coming back?
I don't know.
Colonel Klebnikov, report your situation. Over.
In the hands of our enemies, truth may be dangerous. We must carefully choose who we can entrust with it, and who we cannot.
Are you ready to face your maker?
The truth that might scare them must be kept secret, for their own good.
All personnel are to evacuate the complex immediately.
We both served the great lie because we both made ourselves believe it was necessary. But now, I can finally look truth in the eye.
Hey, I don't know if you caught that at the end of the trailer, but the Two Colonels DLC is out tomorrow. That is amazing news for Metro Exodus fans, eh?
I completely agree, but now, if games have the power to bring people together, then this next title is the glue to a family of fans. Unlike any other.
That's right. Gears of War is a solid gold Xbox classic and has one of the strongest, most passionate, and most supportive communities anywhere in video games. So let's take a look at how Gears has gone beyond the game and built unbreakable bonds of family all over the world.
I think we can find you answers there.
Where are we going?
Back to where it all began.
Many believe that Gears of War has what it takes to be one of the most successful video game franchises of all time.
Since day one, my brother and I just built that strong bond, just like Dom and Marcus did.
Playing Gears of War has changed me because it brought me into a world of looking at games as more than just games.
People that are playing these games now grew up playing these games, and they've seen Marcus and Baird and Dom go through all of the trials and tribulations that they have, and now there's this new generation, and the fans get to grow with the characters.
We're basically minutes away before going on stage in front of millions of people and introduce the world to Gears 5.
I don't think people really give Gears its due for the influence it's had on modern video games.
Woo! Yeah! Shit, yeah! Woo!
I felt like you were playing a game, but you were also watching a movie.
Dom! No!
Gears fan base is like the most passionate fan base I've ever been exposed to.
They're so warm and welcoming, and they love this game and they're passionate about it. When you meet them in person, it's almost as if everybody knew each other to begin with.
Whether you're in it for the story or the characters or the camaraderie, it's just constantly giving fans something to care about.
You're a goddamn cow! A coward!
And you can tell when a game has a little bit of magic in it, because there's something about it that pulls you in, that makes you go, oh, that is so cool.
I've never wanted a game to come out this badly.
There's nothing else like that.
And the amazing team at the Coalition is working hard to bring you our most ambitious Gears Award title yet, Gears 5.
Legitimate chills. Trying not to tear up. Trying not to tear up.
Gears community is so special.
Oh, I mean, I think we got a fair bunch of them here, to be honest.
Right.
And now it's come to the time of the show that you have all been waiting for. A first look at Gears 5 Horde Mode.
Yes! I am absolutely buzzing for this! Here now is the world premiere trailer for Gears 5 Horde Mode.
From the shadows, like a lion on the grind coming at you. I'm a menace for the vengeance, so relentless. Hope you ready, cause I'm here to battle. Death from above! Boom! Come out, wherever you are!
Now you see me, now you don't.
When you see the white in my eyes, better run, better hide, don't survive in what I'm on.
Jack, hijack!
I ain't here to play around. If I were you, I would run right now.
Good work, Jack.
Bang on the ground.
Oh, yeah.
Watching every move you enact on.
Help me secure the test.
Step is your last one. Yeah.
Forge deployed.
Getting closer. Make a wrong move and it's game over. Let's go.
Here they come.
Here to play around. If I were you, I would run right now. Hope you ready, cause I'm here to battle.
Play 4 days early with Xbox Game Pass Ultimate.
Keep clapping. I'm never going to stop clapping.
Just how we like it.
I just clap through the next segment. Well, in that, we saw gameplay, ultimates, and, sorry, Graham, but one very badass-looking drone.
Yes, mate.
But before we bring the Coalition to the stage, Xbox's Catalina Macedo caught up with the team to take a deeper look into Horde for Gears 5.
I'm Katarina and I'm here at the Coalition Studio. Today I'll be talking with studio head Rod Ferguson and multiplayer design director Ryan Pleven about the upcoming Gears 5 Horde Mode. Just being here at the studio, you can really feel the excitement and the passion that went into this game and this mode. So let's go check it out.
We always talk about co-op as cake and not icing, that co-op is central to what it is to be Gears. And so I feel like Horde is sort of a really large expression of that with 5-player co-op.
Everything started with Gears 2 Horde. It was lightning in a bottle. It was, what people look back on as the defining defensive game mode through all of games. It was the idea that you were going to be doing this as an endurance run, as a 3-hour epic experience, and a mode like without any cutscenes, without any character development, without any story, had to hold people's attention for 3 hours. And with Gears 5, what we feel that we've done really is almost the complete realization of what Gears 2 set out to be.
The big thing for us now is this idea of ultimates. This basically characters used to be just defined by the weapons they carried, and you were all the same. You just looked kind of different, and because you all could carry the same weapons. But now every character has its own ultimate ability, its own special ability it can bring to the game that changes how you play.
You can look over and see Kate trying to gather power, and you know that she has an ability to turn herself invisible, so you don't need to worry if she gets in a tough fight.
There's also a really big thing called taps now, which are these energy geysers that show up around the map. Because generally when you find in Horde, you would like lock in on a particular place and you would defend from that place for the entire 50 waves. Now, in order to get as much power as possible, to get as strong as possible, you actually have to like move and expand your base to go and capture those energy taps. And every 10 waves, once you beat that boss, a new energy tap appears and you have to go and capture it. So it's really changed the dynamic where now it's much more aggressive than it was in the past.
For the first time, your character will start with all the cards that they've already equipped, but they will then increase the power of those cards and increase the power of their core abilities over the course of the game. And that progression is then reset, and you can do it again the next game. And this means that every game feels fresh. If you can try a different combination of perks that work with your cards in a specific way.
Seeing people make a certain build, like here's a Kate build, I use these cards with these perks, and here's a Dell build, and I think it will be really exciting to see them mix and match and see these different playstyles come together.
One of the things that we've done that is subtle but super important is that whenever you pick up power, which is the currency in Horde, that power gets equally distributed amongst everyone. And that means that if you see some power on the ground, everyone will want you to pick it up.
And then we've added stuff to give more information to the players, and things like health bars over bosses and mini bosses. And so there's little feedback mechanisms, and it allows you to play differently, because now I can see that the mini boss is on very little health, so I can go like, I'm gonna get aggressive because I know I can do it. Or I can see, oh, they still have a lot, so I'm gonna hold back.
To take characters and push them even further, we've added Jackbot as a playable character inside Horde. It's one of the most pivotal roles on the battlefield. Jack can fly anywhere on the map. He can move really quickly, faster than anybody else. He can heal people, repair things. Really, he's the jack of all trades, and you really want him to be your best buddy. Over time, we're gonna add new characters, and with each character we add, the meta will change. We will have different combinations of strengths. We'll have different team compositions that will be beneficial to certain kinds of players. Every time we add a new character and every time we add a new map, what we hope to see is the Horde community come together to explore this space and show us what the best combination of characters is.
And so that idea of finding 5 people who know how to balance the classes, know how to balance the characters, and know what the objective is and what you're trying to do, and everybody's playing together in lockstep with each other, there's nothing more special than having that alignment and succeeding on that goal.
It's really, by far, from our point of view, the most intense, engaging, action-oriented, fierce, epic defensive mode there is in video games.
I really like that Horde creates a dependency where you work together as a team, and you can be successful kind of, lone wolfing it, but not as successful as coming together. It's sort of our motto for the studio. We always say, if you want to go fast, go alone, but if you want to go far, go together. And that's true for Horde as well.
It's been so exciting to be here today. As a Gears fan since Gears 1, I cannot wait to get my hands on the new Horde mode and all the new features. If you're a Game Pass Ultimate subscriber, you can get Gears 5 on September 6th. For everyone else, the game will be available on September 10th.
That was an incredible first wave to showcase Gears 5 Horde Mode. Now, can I get a huge round of applause for Rod Ferguson and Ryan Cleveland for joining us here on Inside Xbox.
Thank you so much for being here, guys. It is a pleasure.
I've got to ask, first of all, right, those ultimates, can you tell us a little bit more about those? Because they look amazing.
Yeah, the ultimates, each one of them is unique to the character. They're really something that we see, both defines them as well as creates a really great relationship with the team. We've got Kate going invisible. We've got JD that could call in like a giant artillery strike. We've got Dell who can summon trackers to help him out. Each one of them, you're going to have to find the character that works for you and works best for the team.
And they're per character, so it's not on a per role thing. So even if you have multiple engineers, each different character will have their own ultimate, so you can still mix and match.
That's going to be really cool. I think that's one of the great things I'm excited about is all those different play styles that you can find to kind of suit your personal play style.
Yeah, that's one of the things that like we were talking about. Like this is probably the deepest Horde we've ever done, even though it's still super accessible. But the deepness allows you to go in and set your skills, what character you want will give you your ultimate, but also that when you're collecting that power, you're not just feeding the engineer. Like in Gears 4, you're basically collecting power to get the engineer to build. Now you have perks, which you can go in and say, oh, I want to do more damage, I want to do more headshots, I want more ammo, I want more health. So you, as you're playing, you have this in-game progression that you can change who you are in the moment. And so you have out-of-game progression in the cards, and you have in-game progression in the perks.
It sounds like you can go like mad with theory crafting with that. Just like, all right, if I get this combination, these 4 teammates, and
Yeah, it'd be cool. But talking about accessibility, one of the things you talked to us about in Vancouver is all the different difficulty settings players are going to have access to. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, I mean, one of the big things for us is realizing that Gears was going to be day and date in Game Pass and Ultimate Game Pass was that we realized we're going to have a bunch of people maybe who've never played the game before. And so we wanted to create a lot more accessibility to the game, and whether that's accessibility features in terms of how you control. We have things like single stick control, ability to turn off camera shake, and all those sorts of things. But even also from the point of Jack was created from a perspective of being accessible, because maybe some people maybe who aren't as good at Gears, but the idea of like going into cover and pixel hunting, shooting, and all those sorts of things, like Jack doesn't have that. Jack floats above cover. Jack does area of effects attacks. So if you have somebody who's just new to the game, they can come in as a support bot and they can help you. They can heal you. They can keep you like buffed up. They can go and repair stuff. They can pick up weapons for you. So they don't have to be like wall bouncing, shotgunning. They can actually just be part of your team.
And we really wanted to make them like a really critical part of the team. It wasn't just about having like a support class that sort of stands at the back and does nothing. Jack is super critical. We really wanted to envision him as your best buddy, as like your best friend. Like each of the other classes, I want Jack. I want Jack. I want Jack to follow me. And that was something that now there's so much demand for Jack. When you're playing him, you just constantly feed like you're feeding all these little birds.
And he has a crazy ultimate. Like he has this we call it hijack. Yeah. Because we're big about puns in Vancouver. And so hijack is basically shoots a dart into an enemy and then takes control. So it possesses that enemy. So if you have something coming at you like a Scion with a boom shot, you can take it over, and now Jack player becomes a Scion with a boom shot and can help destroy the enemy with that.
That's so cool.
Everyone's just going to want to be Jack's best friend. It's like, trust me, I'll take you out for dinner. Don't worry about it. Just follow me around in Gears. Exactly. We'll be good.
Doesn't sound like quite enough glory for Benny, unfortunately, though. With that in mind, what sort of sets Horde Mode in Gears 5 apart from the previous iterations? You obviously told us a lot already, but...
Yeah, I mean, that's probably there's really a bunch of big differences. One is the ultimates. The other is this power tap that Ryan and the team came up with, which is probably you better explain.
So like we've added the power taps, which you saw in the video, which really add an element of territory control. We wanted to make Gears 5 not only the deepest, but also provide other ways to be successful by not just building fortifications. So the power taps appear every like 10 waves after you kill a boss. And that means that you have to really understand whether you want to move your base or just let it go. They're optional. However, they do provide a ton of power to power up your perks, to buy fortifications with. So if you decide to leave them alone, it's at your own peril. However, if you're ambitious and your team knows what they're doing, they can slowly expand their base to control more territory for more rewards.
Yeah.
Lots of options. Well, now from software to hardware. Got it? Because of the hoodie. At any rate, let's take a closer look at something Gears fans everywhere are sure to salivate over. It's the limited edition Gears 5 Xbox One X. We recently caught up with some of the minds behind the design. Take a look.
I always want Gears to stand unique in the way that it pushes on innovation and storytelling in the hardware. And that was the hard part for us, is like, okay, what are we doing with this? What story are we telling? How we make it feel premium? And that was the biggest challenge.
When we were designing the console, we imagined that Kate was walking across a frozen lake, like the one that you see in the E3 trailer, and something in the ice catches her eye, and she leans over and clears a patch of snow, and she sees a reflection of the Omen looking back at her. In reality, there are electronics in this console. There's no way we can put, an Omen 2 inches inside of it. So we had to create an optical illusion that would make it look like there was an Omen trapped underneath the ice. We were able to express the idea by laser etching these ice cracks around the Omen. We've never laser etched that much before. I mean, the laser etching is all over the console. The ice is cracking all over the console. Theming the controller after Kate Diaz was really a natural because she's like the main character in the game, and she is exploring this Arctic environment. She wears an Arctic
armor, which is new in the game, which was exciting to us.
Whatever we were going to work with in terms of accessories and hardware, we wanted to family with what the console was going to look like. And so we were able to work with Seagate on some amazing 5 terabyte and 2 terabyte drives that look basically like mini versions of the console. It was going to look perfect right next to it. And we worked with Razer on like keyboard and mouse. It's one of the first, I think, wireless keyboard and mouse for the console, and then get a whole family of products that all fit together.
So working with Rod is an awesome experience every time. He understands how to point out the meaningful moments that we can really pick up on as industrial designers and bring into the physical world. We always walk away from these design collaborations with him feeling like this product is so authentic. Like it couldn't be any more authentic because it's so closely tied to all of our conversations with him.
We're back with Rod and Ryan, but how amazing does that console look? I want it so much.
Massive congrats to the team designing that, because that is incredible. And the hard drive.
But it looks so cute right next to it. But that's not all we've got to talk about today. You've also got some news with our friends over at Valve. Can you tell us a bit more about that?
So the first time we're coming to Steam, and today you can start pre-ordering today for Gears 5 on Steam, and there'll be crossplay, so it's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Crossplay. Love it.
Absolutely excellent. But that's not the only partnership news for Gears today. Rod, please.
Yeah.
Tell us what Gears plans to do with Halo.
We talked about the Ultimate Edition. We talked about being Ultimate Game Pass. We really didn't really talk about what you get for doing that. So we're really happy to announce that we're actually putting in 2 characters from Halo Reach are going to be coming to Gears of War. So we have Kat and Emil.
Calm down.
And so they're going to be coming, and they have their own roles. They're going to be playable in Horde and Escape and Versus, and you're going to have their own ultimates. You want to talk about the 2 ultimates?
Yeah, so we really tried to be very authentic to Halo while still making it kind of integrate into the Gears world. So we've got the drop shield on Emil, and that we looked at Reach, and we wanted to make something that Halo fans would really recognize as true drop shield. And then we've got the hologram on Kat, and it's she's the subterfuge expert, and so she's going to distract the enemy while everybody else goes and does something else.
And it's the same actors. So we went out and we got the original cast, and so after a decade, we brought them back into the booth and we re-recorded.
It's the small details, and you know what? We've got a video that shows off exactly that. Check it out. Looks amazing.
Dexter! Activating drop shield.
Deception is my specialty.
Good day.
I'm here.
Like, it just looks amazing. Every time I've seen it, I've gone, that looks sick.
It's just natural.
And it's nice that it goes beyond the characters. As you can see, they got custom weapon skins, custom banner, custom mark, like all the customization stuff that we have with it as well is really cool.
Yeah, I cannot wait to kind of like get my hands on with them. But we've been talking partnerships, and you've also got a clothing partnership, which I've lived in for like since E3.
Literally have to peel it off. Please, Benny, wear something else.
Wash it occasionally.
Yeah. Washing, please.
Yeah, I mean, we've been working with the folks at Bathing Ape to create their, they have an ape line that you got a tease of at E3 with our blue. Yeah. And you can see we're doing it as in-game as well, so that blue is coming to inside the game that you can wear as part of a case of sort of, the camo outfit. And then we actually do a physical line, which is going to be in red now, our red camo, which is going to be for sale at the Ape stores and at, I think it's Xbox.com here.
Stay there.
I'm just wondering, I just want to get my hands on it. I hear a red one, I've got a blue one, I need the red.
Needs the set.
Yeah, it looks really, really cool. And it's a different styles than what you saw from the blue at E3 and different designs. And so I was intending to bring it with me today, but customs is fun. So,
Honestly, it's probably a good job you didn't.
It wouldn't have made it out of here, I'm going to be honest.
Although I do enjoy the Canadian uniform you're wearing for me, so I appreciate that. It's very much appreciated.
I'm going for the red theme already, right? I just need the hoodie.
You need a bigger beard, though, if you're going to go lumber sexual. You need a bigger beard.
It doesn't grow. I tried. That's the main thing. But also, the streetwear lover in me is keen on what's in store for Gears and Bathing Ape. How can I get my hands on the hoodie? Because it's not here.
No, it's not. No, they have their stores like in New York and LA.
Yeah.
Again, they'll be limited on the Xbox Gear Store, and then again you can get it in game.
All right, amazing.
I'm just going to wear matching hoodies in game.
That's going to be it.
They're very excited. Rod, you might be done on our stage, but you're going straight to the Gamescom opening night broadcast. Can you tell us what's going on?
Yeah. So, since E3, we've heard a lot of people asking about, like, but what about the campaign? We're going to talk about Escape, we're going to talk Versus, we're going to talk Horde, which we were doing. People want to know about campaign. So I'm going over to talk to Jeff Keighley, and we're going to put out a new story trailer. All real-time cinematics is all from the story, from the game itself, and we're going to talk a little bit more about Gears.
I'm so excited. But I've just got to ask everyone in here, can we just get a huge round of applause to the Gears? It looks amazing. Rod and Ryan, just thank you so much for joining us. And I think it's safe to say we cannot wait for September 10th when Gears 5 officially launches. And don't forget, Gears 5 Ultimate Edition launches September 6th, included on Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. I am so excited. So who's going to be picking it up on the 6th? Who's going to be playing it? I think I'm going to be there.
Of course.
But that's all from us here at Gamescom. Remember, the fun continues next month with more Inside Xbox on September 24th.
And keep up with everything Gamescom when Xbox On goes live on mixer.com/XboxOn Tuesday and Wednesday starting at 5 p.m. British Standard Time, 9 a.m. Eastern and 6 a.m. Pacific. We'll also have new Gamescom videos going live on youtube.com/XboxOn each and every day this week. And of course, you can also follow Xbox on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, everything for all the latest Xbox news.
Plus, mark your calendars because XO19 takes over London on November 14th. Fans can look...
Amazing!
Fans can look forward to new announcements, new releases, and of course, all the latest from Xbox.
Thank you very much from all of us here in Cologne. Thank you so much for watching. See you later.
All right. Thank you.